And on this Wednesday evening here on Twister Talk, I'm Gary.
I'm Sue.
I'm Brandon.
And we're giving you a heads up on what's happening, what can be happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday across the South and the Midwest. It looks like Friday is going to be a pretty active day, Sue. Taking a look at
it does look that way.
Convective outlooks. What do you have running down on that for us?
The latest convective outlook was issued at around 3:30 in Eastern Daylight Time, and it includes a very large area of enhanced risk that extends basically from Jackson, Mississippi in the south, all the way up past Peoria, Illinois, and east to west, roughly from Little Rock to Nashville. So this is a big area of enhanced risk. The main thing that they're trying to figure out, and this is something that will fine up over the next few days as more information comes in and balloons are launched, where they can afford to launch balloons and things like that. And the question is whether this is going to be a straight line wind event, possibly even a derecho, or whether it's going to include serious long track tornadoes. There is definitely a tornado risk that basically runs right through Mississippi, including Birmingham and Jackson, which is actually in Jackson. Birmingham's in Alabama, of course. So Southerners, please don't attack. But definitely there does seem to be some kind of a tornado risk going on.
Yeah, it looks like that from Memphis, down to Memphis, even up to Evansville, Indiana, and as far west as St. Louis. So looks like a potentially a rugged day. Brandon, what they're talking about right now is they're looking at the fact that what we call a classic spring weather system is going to be setting up. A nice deep low pressure cyclone be moving across, coming in from Canada and, Colorado and digging southeast.
Is this technically a bomb cyclone?
Oh, don't do that. Please don't do that. Oh.
Scramble the B-17s.
Yeah,
really.
really.
Today it should be the B-2s, shouldn't it?
These days it would be B-2s, yeah.
Actually, though, talking about this low pressure system is going to be pretty intense by Friday night into Saturday, and it's going to get stronger as the day goes on if it holds together as far as the wind shear and a pretty strong low-level jet streak of over 100 knots moving through the upper atmosphere about 20,000 feet. That's any storms that could grow in that are definitely going to be spinning like a top. So that's going to be a real concern.
Not just spinning like a top. The forward motion is going to be extreme also.
Yeah, with those 100 knot winds at 20,000 feet, those storms will be moving at 55, 60 miles an hour.
So you're not just looking at the potential of powerful tornadoes. You're looking at the potential of powerful tornadoes that will be on you almost before you know it.
Right, and also you can't rule out significant wind gusts either. Brandon, they're talking about the fact that strong tornado potential will exist through that whole area from the Midwest down to the South, especially as we move into Friday afternoon, evening. And again, more time to be concerned, but like you always say, time to get those weather radios out and cell phones because you're going to need them.
Yep. Get out the weather radios. Make sure you got fresh batteries in them. If you have to do any programming on them, most of that stuff's pretty automated these days. So, you can punch in a couple of numbers, and that's usually about all you have to do. But make sure you got fresh batteries in your weather radio. Good time to keep your phone charged, and keep those trusted sources of information handy so that you are weather wise and weather aware, as they say.
Indeed.
A good point just to also make with that is the fact that now today, most of those warnings you get over your phone, they're free. So it doesn't cost you anything to sign up and get it going. So you get a warning from your local TV station or weather service and give you an update on that. Again, though, the thing is we're looking at possibly, again, if this materializes, nocturnal storms and tornadoes overnight. Golly gee, what else is expected in the Southeast or the Midwest this time of year? And that's going to be an issue again. Now, Saturday is a little more problematic, but actually, if it holds together, could actually be just as strong as anything that happens on Friday.
Yeah.
So taking a look, let me take a look at that real quick, the convective outlook for Saturday, and let me give you a rundown on that. And here's where they're saying that. Right, again, we still have, again, that 30% chance of severe weather basically going to go through Mississippi, Alabama, western Georgia, and the southeast Tennessee. And let me give you what's going on with that. Now they're saying that you've got that strong upper level low moving in. That jet streak's going to be right behind it, and also steep lapse rates. What that means, the air gets significantly colder as you get higher. again, that just adds to the instability. Now, what they're saying is some forecast guidance right now still suggesting a relatively pristine warm sector will be maintained. In other words, not a lot of precipitation or cloud cover messing it up. Or if only isolated convection develops overnight and early Saturday and everything washes out and kind of settles down after midnight, then if that scenario does unfold like that, the concerning severe weather setup will be including all hazards, including the possibility of strong tornadoes that would move through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama during the day into the evening, and then into Georgia overnight. So that's what they're concerned about. Right now, the computers are still kind of iffy on that, but they'll know more as we get into Friday. If the weather, quote, holds and we get a lot of rain and coverage, then it won't be as bad on Saturday. But anything else, it's going to be a bad day. So we've got 2 days. Sunday, it looks like it's going to be along the East Coast. The Carolinas, Georgia, and places like that, and Virginia could get some severe weather. But we were checking with Brandon. He says that his area, those areas down there, that right now they're just saying showers. But hopefully that's what it stays. You could use some rain, but you do not need severe weather running through any part of the Carolinas on the weekend.
No, it's going to be interesting. No, go ahead, Brandon.
I say this whole region really could use some good soaking rainfalls. The last few years we've not been getting those multi-day rainy season events like we used to that would help keep the water tables where they need to be. But, a few days ago we did have a system come through. It only lasted a day, but it did give us some good rain. And, just looking at the forecast here, right now it's looking like, for the most part, Friday through Sunday night is when most of the Carolinas region is going to be looking at these. And at the moment, it's basically just forecasting rain. So we'll see if that holds or whether or not any changes occur.
Yeah, we mentioned that because there's been a drought in your area for a good part of the last year into this year. There's still most places some drought, and there's some moderate drought in places. But the growing season is getting going down there, and water would be nice. So,
yes, it would.
So there's a quick wrap up, folks. Now, as the weather breaks over the weekend, we will give you updates here on Twister Talk.
That's right. We'll probably be back tomorrow with another update. But one thing that I really noticed, the outlook really didn't change very much from this morning to this afternoon.
No, that's a
which
concerning sign. Yeah,
kind of interesting.
And again, we'll know Friday looks like it's going to be a guarantee of some severe weather. Yeah. Whether it's going to be more
Saturday
of
is a mystery.
Big squall line with severe thunderstorms. There are going to be supercells. There's going to be tornadoes. How many is where the guesswork still comes in. But it looks like right now there's going to be a pretty expansive area that could expect some tornadic activity and some pretty nasty storms. And with that, the jet stream at 20,000 feet whipping at 100 knots an hour, these storms are going to be hoofing across the countryside 40, 45, 50, 55 miles an hour. And any tornadoes that do develop are going to be right on you before you know it. So that's something to keep in mind. So that's it. And like I said, we'll be checking in with you tomorrow. Also let you know what's happening as it warrants. And, of course, check with us over the weekend. Any severe weather outbreaks or severe updates, you'll also be getting them right here on Twister Talk. I couldn't remember the name for a minute.
It's such a cool name.
Like, should be branded on my head by now. All right. And so for Twister Talk, I'm Gary.
I'm Sue.
I'm Brandon.
All right. Well, we all got it in that one time. Have a good night, folks. We'll talk to you tomorrow.